Hello, Kowalanowski, and welcome to your deck review. For those of you joining us for the first time on YouTube, this is a series where I, Maulhound, a known hater, will do my best to not hate and instead support your commander deck's weird little PP. Your PP is your premise and your practicum. Your premise is the idea behind your deck. Here we have a Xyrus combo list. Your practicum is the stuff you put in the 99 and whether or not it helps you achieve that idea. So first, we're going to go through what they want to have happen, if that's possible in their bracket, and then we're going to look at the draft chap they threw in here and what we can replace for something that will make things better. So the first bubble we're going to burst, my friend, you're not describing a combo deck, and that's okay. Not every deck has to be a combo. You are just talking about kind of taking a big turn. You talk about winning through large amounts of snakes and buffs. I think many casual players will refer to this as a combo because it can like go from not winning to winning relatively quickly. And ultimately, man, it doesn't matter. Just have fun. But I'm gonna keep a sorry, a combo contained to like deterministically wins the game at instant speed inside of a turn. That's typically what a combo is. There's something that could approach a combo, right? You talk about Perforos in this primer, and if you have Perforos out, you have double strike on your commander, you have a token doubler, you make 30 snakes, it deals 60 damage. That's pretty similar to a combo, right? But you had to assemble so many pieces on board that it's also like you're not really comboing off. That's more of like an Acme anvil being dropped on the Wile E. Coyote. But that ultimately doesn't matter. It just for when I use language referring to this deck, I'm not going to be calling it a combo deck, and that's why. So the struggles we're having is we have a lot of inconsistency. We have a lack of resiliency. We're getting got by, I don't know if you called him Voltron Jonathan, but there was some 14-14 Voltron player, Vincent Voltron, and his 14-14 commander. I do like that game. I do like that name for him. So if we're vulnerable to aggressive game plans, makes me think we probably don't have enough ramp. We're worried about our land base being too large and too slow. So I'm again going to bang the gavel about the number one thing you can do if your deck is falling behind, especially if you're in green. Accelerate your mana. Play turn 1 ramp options. Play turn 2 ramp options. Spend the beginning of the game getting access to a lot of resources so when you get out into like turns 3, 4, 5, you have the mana to play stuff that does crazy stuff, or to get rid of the stuff that Vincent Voltron played that does crazy stuff. So let's look. We have 39 lands. This could be totally appropriate. You could probably even go down from here with enough ramp, but I don't think you have like way too many. We have 6 burn effects. Each of these burn effects I'm okay with. I would kind of argue you probably don't have enough. My normal rule of thumb is if we want to find one version of a given effect per game, you need at least 10. You can probably slide with this few in Xyrus because Xyrus will draw you so many cards. But if you want to be more confident in it, I would go up to 10. Chopping block. These are other guys who do fun things. I don't think we'll be casting. I can't see why we'd want to be casting expensive non-creature spells. So I would agree with Jin-Gitaxis going, these guys are really fun, but they are definitely a distraction from the main game plan instead of the main game plan. They do allow you to do creature control. That said, they're wildly expensive. So I would agree that these are on the chopping block. If you are having trouble with your commander getting removed, we probably don't have enough of these, although we could just do green protection. We could just do red redirection. 4 is probably my least favorite of any number of card to have in a category. I hate it when somebody puts 4 of something in a category, because 4 says to me, this is more important than I just have one silver bullet taped to my thigh in case I play commander against a werewolf, right? If we put 4 in, it means we're getting into the situation enough that we were like, no, I do need multiple copies of this. 4 is also so little that you're never going to find it. Not on a regular basis. And so I'm a big believer in, for most of the things you have in your deck, you have 0 of them or you have 10 or more of them. Like if you want to remove things, if you really care about removing things, you have 10 or more removal spells. If you don't care about removing things, you might have like 3 pieces of removal, but they're like stapled to something else that does something cool, right? Like I have removal in an Abzan deck That's Armagon, because he's funny as fuck. And then he also does removal. So I don't love that we have so few and yet not zero numbers of counterspells. Creature tokens, not snakes. This is not unreasonable, given that we're trying to do a creature-based ping game plan. I think they could go away because they handle the same thing our commander handles, and we should have an easy time casting our commander, and we should have an easy time protecting our commander. Emir is really good at doing those two things. They're really good at playing commanders, and they're really good at not letting them die. I hate that we have this. I don't like any of this. I realize that we're trying to trigger our commander after we've played him. Our commander makes people draw cards well enough. Like, we have to ask ourselves, is it better to have the crab that can make my opponent draw one card and make me a snake if I have already played my commander and protected them? Or is it better to play my commander a turn earlier? Or is it better to have the spell that's going to stop my commander from dying? The commander, like, almost always wins out, especially in bracket 2. Okay, and then we have more interaction. I like that. It's pretty bad, but that's fine. That's just mistagged. Sure, we have stuff. Junkwinder's very evil. So if I lump the counterspells in with this, we probably have like 8 responses in our whole deck. That's more reasonable. Okay, but here's the entirety of the problem. There it is. So you want this to be, there's a video, there's a review going out on this channel that would probably go out before this, where somebody's asking, help, how do I power down my Xyrus deck? Their ramp section is 19 cards. You know what I tell them? Cut your ramp. You now have a powered down Xyrus deck. I even tell them, if you wanted to have a weak Xyrus deck, try to get to about 5 pieces of ramp. Because if you're getting left behind in the early game, what if you had Xyrus on turn 3? Very possible. It's downright easy for green to have a 5-mana commander on turn 3. And then we have snakes have buffs. Cute, but mana inefficient, not your best option. Don't play this. There's no reason for the snakes to have haste. Right, we're making the snakes by going to combat with our commander, which means they're getting made after combat has already happened. Giving them haste doesn't matter unless you are trying to hit somebody with like a wheel, but I think right now we just want a Xyrus max. Beastmaster Ascension is perfect. Flying is fine. We can just do much better than this. Like hold on. I recommended this to another Xyrus player. Fuck, what's his name? Sun Quan? Yeah. Put the snakes on a horse. It's $8. Proxy it. It's only $8 because it's old. It's 6 mana, dude. It's not too powerful. They won't tweak. Put the snakes on a horse. Horses do not stop. They keep going because they have snakes up their buttholes and they are delivering them unto my foes. Right? Right. Yeah, of course it is. It is for every Xyrus player. Upkeep, end step card draw. Sure. Wheels, sure. Fucking adorable. Fucking adorable. Never cut this. And then 39 lands. So I would say at minimum double your ramp section. I would just cut this whole part of the deck and put it into ramp, and wow, thank you, Maldhound, you're so good at deck building, right? But it is that simple. Like everybody, like new players in particular, but experienced players too, everybody continually downplays and underrates how powerful mana acceleration is. So to find mana acceleration, you're going to go to Scryfall, you're going to type OTAG ramp, you're going to type mana value 1, you're going to type Commander Temur. Let's go crazy, go stupid on it. So there's stuff like Birds of Paradise, Llanowar Elves, Elvish Mystic, Delighted Halfling, all these juicy mana dorks. Now these can be kind of expensive. You can definitely get Llanowar Elves, you can definitely get Elvish Mystic. So Pop and Delighted Halfling we might not be working with. Wild Growth. You can get 41 cents. Great. Play a turn 1 land, you enchant it. Guess what? Turn 3, turn 2, you have 2 mana just out of that land. Utopia Sprawl. This one's a little bit trickier. It is $1, God bless. But it's a little bit trickier because you need to have your mana base lean towards forests so that you can be confident that you're playing a forest early enough, because you can only enchant a forest with it. Wild growth, less restrictive. You can hit any land, it just only makes green, but you do have to be a little worried about this. Findorn Elves getting a little bit expensive because it does not have as many printings. How about Exploration? Crazy expensive. But Arbor Elf, very, very cheap. Similar to Utopia Sprawl. Gonna require you to lean towards forests. Gilded Goose, honestly, elite ball players know. This is the deep knowledge. This one's crazy good if you want to get to a mana value once, but you don't need that mana every turn. I think you fall into that category because you really want to get Xyrus cast, and if the turn after you cast Xyrus, you can't cast another 5 mana spell, you don't really care. You have Xyrus, you're going to draw a ton of cards, you're going to hit a land drop, like, it's okay. We just need to get to Xyrus and protect him. So Gilded Goose will make you a food. You can sack that food to use as ramp one time. You can eventually remake more foods, but he's another very good budget pick for this. Burgeoning's not budget, shocker. If you want to be a fucking maniac, don't play this card. It's $3 because it's only from Modern Horizons 2. Never mind. Do not pay $3. This is just rage bait. Skirk Prospector's crazy. Don't play this, but he's 29 cents if you're feeling feisty. Arboreal Grazer's another one that people typically don't think about because they think about like, but I want a mana dork. I want something that's going to keep making mana over and over and over. But on 39 lands, you probably have like, you can probably get 3 lands in your opening hand, right? So if you have 3 lands in your opening hand and you play him and you put a second land on the battlefield, you untap with 2 lands, you play your third land, you're like, what did that do? That just got me like up to 3 mana for nothing. And the point we're missing is all of the great big beautiful ramp that green has. Motherfuckers love to hate on Cultivate before losing games to people who cast Cultivate. So I'd also throw in 1 or 2 of the things that ramp at a mana value 2 or mana value 3 and go help you fix your mana, because you do need to get to 3 different colors, right? So we don't want things like Boreal Druid that's going to make us unfixed mana, and he's way too expensive anyway. What about the Fungus? 37 cents. 37 cents, same thing. On turn 2, you go, all right, Soul Ring, bang. All right, land tax? I don't know, maybe somebody played a Mana Vault Smothering Tithe because they're a freak. Shoot the Smothering Tithe, or draw a card, ramp a little bit. Anything we can do to get more lands into play, get dorks into play, because we want to have Xyrus hitting the field turn 3. So let's do a real quick play test. What's my time at? 13 minutes in. We got time. We don't have any forests in this opening hand. That's a problem. But what do we have? We have 1 piece of ramp. That 1 piece of ramp is going to save us. We have 2 pieces of ramp. That's going to save us because we can make green now. So I will go, bam. Now, ideally, we want to have casted Xyrus by this point, right? We're about a turn behind because our ramp's starting on 2 instead of 1, but it's not like unmanageable. And then we're going to go, now we have Xyrus, and if we had spells to protect Xyrus, we could play Xyrus and protect him. Now we can't do that because we have like this group hug card draw. We have these wheels, etc., etc., etc. So I do think you would have a lot more success if you just indexed more heavily into, I'm playing Xyrus, I'm protecting Xyrus, Xyrus is making this shit happen. And like from here, we're good, right? We play Junkwinder, we hit somebody, draw 3, a tap 3 non-land permanents, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. But we drew dog shit. But we drew dog shit. We want this to be anything but what it is. Anything but what it is. Double strike for Xyrus. Think about this, bro. Think about 3 combats. 3 combats with the snakes on the motherfucking horse plains. So you could do full throttle. You could do, there's other fun stuff that gives double strike, like Blood Mist, which is very like not good, super casual, which means you can find it budget. I'd be looking at Gibbs Double Strike for this as the O tag. Most of it's in white, but you can find some in red. And then I would be looking for 1 mana protection. So 1 mana protection, that's going to be O tag, protects creature, commander Temur. Snakeskin Veil, Safekeeping, Plaza of Heroes is a land. I would not do Sylvan Safekeeper. That's a little bit rich for you. You could do Essence Flux to flicker it. You can do Slip Out the Back to phase it out. You can do Gaia's Gift is a little expensive. You can do March of Swirling Mist. You can do Legolas's Quick Reflexes, has Split Second, also very, very good. You have Shore Up. You have no shortage of options. And so if we take what you currently have and we duplicate your card tags too, because I'm coming for that one section. Group card draw. I'm gonna have to make a few greedy assumptions because we have not adjusted the forest count in this deck, so you will have to go and do that on your own and identify more forest typed lands you could play. I want Springleaf Drum. Do some stuff I normally don't like, which is the 3 visits, Nature's Lore. You could just do Rampant Growth because you could go get basics. So those are the 2, I think, least budget friendly options I'm going to suggest. Fucking Anger's here, god damn it. But we can still almost keep this one. Never mind. Now I realize you're gonna go, oh boo, Soul Ring Start. I don't have the colors for my commander. Imagine if Anger was a good card. Imagine if Anger was a good card. Imagine if instead of Niv Mizzet you had a card that was not all pips. Like anything we do to get this much mana into play is basically always going to be fucked up. We can also now hold up Insidious Fungus's interaction. I would probably sacrifice him. And we have our commander turn 3. We have a shitload of extra mana. Kill him. I'll play him next turn. I don't give a fuck. You can't stop me. And then after this, we just get to draw a ton and we draw into trash. We draw into trash. Absolute garbage. So after cutting that group draw just for ramp, I would probably I would likely get rid of the things that tries to benefit from the group draw in ways that are not snakes, and do things that make my snakes better, kill an opponent's commander, or protect my commander. Because playing Zerzoth is kind of just like, okay, I have twice as many 1/1s, but the 1/1s still don't matter. Xyrus is still very shootable. I haven't really done very much about your unblockable 10/10 commander if you got the nut draw. But let's look at how many opening hands are keepable. A lot more. Except we have Myriad Landscape. So I'm going to Insidious Fungus. Fairy Tower. Holy shit, I greeted out. Okay. So real game, you wouldn't have done this. You would have done the Temple of Epiphany, so you could play this and then cultivate. And then on your next turn, you're going to have Xyrus. Or if you don't have Xyrus, you're going to have the mana to force fruition. Then we're happy. We're just so happy. That's the beauty of mana, baby. And so after you get the mana acceleration right, you can also begin looking at like more expensive funny cards. Because right now our expensive funny cards is like we have Force Fruition, we have the Niv Mizzets. I would look for ones that are not as pip restrictive. And then I really think you're home free. I wish it was more complicated than that, but it's as simple as you should have... Oh, I have 2 copies of Cultivate. I'm a cheater. Okay, cut 1 copy of Cultivate, put it, any other 2-mana ramp option, 3-mana ramp option. You can go to, in the Scryfall Advanced, you can sort it to between 1 and 3. I would just go do that, get yourself up to 15 ramp sources. Deck's gonna work. And then pick funny cards. You can pick funny, expensive, greedy cards from there. You could do like, oh brother. Extravagant Replication. New Force Fruition every turn. Good luck. Oh my god, there's a 14/14 commander coming at me. What if I just had him, bro? What if I just had him? Like, you get access to so much stupid dog shit. You can just look at do commander Temur, mana value 6 or greater, and look for anything ridiculous that doesn't have more than 3 pips in the cost, and you will probably be able to cast it, and you will probably draw into it, because now you're going to stick Xyrus, and Xyrus is going to hang around and be able to hit people. Have a great fucking day. I hope this helped.